Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heroes of the Vale. I am joined by TJ Storm, who is not eating, playing Keen Deapreth. We are also joined by Hope LaVelle, playing Penelope Half-Pint, and Bradford, playing Briv Steelmarrow, Lauren Urban, playing Orkira Eldrex, definitely not a dragon, and also Jen Kretchmer, playing Alyndra Sarrbarand. Previously on the Heroes of the Vale, our brave heroes ventured into the Shadowfell and found themselves in a very much mirrored, darker world that they had come from the primary material plane. And they had decided to attempt to re-enter the prime material plane from the Shadowfell to surprise the Elder Brain by going to the oceanless canyon where a mind flare ruin so happened still exists in the Shadowfell, but in their reality, in the prime material plane, the same ship, the same ruined structure is alive and kicking, and the host to the Elder Brain of all the mind flayers who have been attacking their world at this moment. And they still have the crystal staff, which has strange restoration abilities that they've seen used several times, but each time they use it, the crystal rod cracks a little bit more every time. And that is where we're starting the adventure. All the heroes are in this dilapidated, falling apart, cracked alien construct. The walls seem to be always closing in around you, and you feel like you can almost feel the psychic emanations of whatever once lived and survived in this room. And you are preparing. What are you doing right now?
I am in my autumn. I make sure that my companions are nearby and safe, at least for now.
I have put, I'm going to get the water breathing on everyone. I'm going to cast see invisibility through my bracers.
You polymorphed too.
Yeah, and then you became
that's right.
a T-Rex.
Never mind. I do none of
But
that. I am a Tyrannosaurus.
You had already cast
water breathing.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Importantly,
you are a water-breathing T-Rex.
I am indeed.
I can't imagine those tiny little arms are going to really get a lot of paddling done, but
It's all in the legs. It's all in the
There is
legs.
so much tail action.
All the tail.
No.
All the tail.
well, that's going to be a clip for Heroes
That's
of the
a
Vale.
soundbite.
That's
What is everyone else doing?
I am casting protection from evil and good on myself. Because
Wow.
it's concentration, so I can only do it to one person.
Apparently,
And-
Orkira is her own co-pilot.
Yeah, well,
It's okay.
You know
be
what?
selfish every once in a while.
I'm also the most likely to have problems with the Elder Brain trying to take over my brain, and I kind of suck at that. So, there you go. I gave death words to other people and did other things. So this
That's
is
true.
me.
Thank you. Penelope is a dire wolf right now.
That's
The
true.
cutest one you've ever seen.
Is polymorph with me. It's melded into me at the moment.
No, you
Never
handed
mind.
the staff off to.
Oh yeah, it has to be used.
Penelope.
You gave it to
Alright.
me.
Never
It's in my
mind.
tank.
Yeah.
I'm
No, it's
holding
in. It's. That's right. Did you do that before or after you polymorphed?
Well, when I wild shaped, I had already wild shaped,
Or
and
wild-
then you gave me the staff, and then
Darn
you-
it.
a druid
was
can
not
choose
thinking.
also, I believe, whether to
Yeah.
meld or not to meld.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think the answer here is probably to meld or not to meld. That is the question. Whether it is
Well, I think it
nobler
has to
in the
be
mind.
used. The staff
It needs
has
to be used, so it can't
right?
be. Yeah.
The staff does have to be used.
In
Absolutely.
order for us to get over.
Do you want me to use it? I know how.
Penelope can't talk.
I want to say something.
If
I'm
you
just
want me
picturing
to
you-
use the staff, just hand it to me.
She does.
I take it.
I was
Well,
kind
you
of picturing you as the wolf from Akami, like with the big
How do you
paintbrush.
give Keen? How do you give Keen this crystal rod?
Well, it's in between my teeth, so I just go up and then I put my front paws, because, you know, he's tall, up on his chest, and then I just.
Okay.
I will now change my shape and alter self to look and appear as a Githyanki.
Okay.
Interesting.
I still wear the cloak of Elvenkind, and I make note that everybody can look at it, so they don't confuse me with another Githyanki when the time comes. Oh, I'm sorry, not a Gith, a
I
Mind
don't.
Flayer.
No.
Oh,
Continue.
all
Mind
right.
Flayer.
We're
My
like,
bad. Wrong
I
choice.
was
Eat your
wondering
chips,
why
man.
we were painting
Wrong
a target
wardrobe.
on your back.
Funniest
wrong alien.
adventure.
Whoops.
And none of your friends are telling you.
we're all just
I'm
we're all
making
just
his own
cocked our head
decisions.
at you.
Oh, Briv was
Mind
about
Flayer.
to speak up.
Okay.
I alter myself to look like a Mind Flayer, but
A
I
mind
denote
flare.
the difference in cloak so that we are not confused when the time comes.
Okay.
Hmm.
That almost went so bad.
Oh,
I was like, just
those
a
are
big
the
target.
moments the DM waits for.
Yes! Yes! Do it!
Sit down.
Keep it coming.
I love it. Okay.
Listen, we're already about to do this amazing idiotic thing. We don't need to get it. Like, it's already gonna happen. Why not? Let's just go for
Is
it.
it amazing idiotic or is it amazingly idiotic?
Depends on if it works.
We'll let you know in 2 hours.
Yeah. Or 10 seconds, however, long it's gonna take us to use
Yeah,
the
it
staff.
could be
See
over
where we end up.
right away.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Anything else? I agree.
I believe that means that Alyndra is ready.
Let's do this.
Where is Briv next to us? Is he just there and waiting? Are your weapons out?
Weapons are definitely out. I am standing in the center, and you just saw magical metal come from out of my pores and cover my body in spiky formations.
Impressive. I will make a minor illusion of a chain around his neck leading to my hand. Hide your weapons behind your back. We do not know what we are walking into, but this could give you an extra moment.
Very well.
I do the illusion and then ignite the rod.
as you ignite the rod, it's as if you are tearing away reality all around you, and you're scraping past all of the shadows. And as you do so, you see color and light that you had forgotten even existed as you see into your world. And then there's a bright white flash as this bubble encapsulates everyone and then explodes, and all of yours pop at the same time, and you feel your feet hit the ground slowly as they are submerged in pink, viscous liquid all the way up to your kneecaps in most cases, depending if you're a T-Rex or a dire wolf right now.
Just barely ankle height.
Floating high above all of you is the Elder Brain. This enormous, giant pink brain wreathed in black tentacles, twitching exploring the room, and they all immediately almost rattle like snakes as they sense your presence in the room. A horrible foreboding hits all of your minds as you can almost hear a voice pressing in, but you don't know the words that it's saying to you at this moment. And even the room feels like it defies gravity. Something is off in this space. And for some of you, you are going to feel like nauseous when you look up or look down, and you'll lose your bearings. You're not quite sure what is up or down, what is sideways and what is not. And you have surprise.
Fireball.
So, well, let's go with Penelope. She won initiative this round.
I did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fireball, however, is at the end of the round. Fireball.
Okay.
Fireball.
So there's this giant brain, and is there any other creatures in the room?
No, you are up to your knees in brine, and you think there are things squiggling around underneath the surface of the liquid, but you can't see. But the elder brain is alone.
Are there doors to this room somewhere?
Yeah, there are doors.
All right, Penelope is going
How
to
high
take.
up is it?
Yeah.
The elder brain is levitating at about just 7 feet off the ground.
Oh, no, Penelope wouldn't take a defensive stance. Okay, play too many characters. All right, Penelope would charge forward and bite that thing.
Gross. Okay.
That's all she can do. Ugh.
Go ahead.
Okay. That's it.
What does your direwolf
Ooh.
look like?
The cutest giant direwolf you've ever seen. It's like a cuddly, very fluffy, almost probably too fluffy. But she can be ferocious if she wants. But her gallop definitely looks like a prance. Yes, she's very cute. So I got a 24 to hit.
What are you trying to hit? Are you trying to bite into the brain or one of its tendrils?
I'm going right into the brain. I hope this doesn't mess anyone else's plans up, but...
All right, the first attack hits. Do you have multiple attacks?
Ooh, that is a 9 plus 3 is 12 points of damage. No. This one does not. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Okay, is this target a creature?
It is, technically.
Okay, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. I don't know how that's gonna work, but
What's the DC on that?
13.
I'm
Not
just
that great.
thoroughly amused by this concept.
I am too.
This is amazing.
Brain lying flat on the ground, laid out.
It got a total of 20. So it was
Okay.
not knocked prone, but yeah, that was.
Okay, just checking.
That brain muscle.
All right, Penelope, you and your wolf form sink your canines deep into the flesh of the brain, and Lauren, you almost feel like there's a slight stab of pain for a moment. It's not something actually happening to you, but maybe just residual phantom pain as you see her bite into this big, juicy, pink brain hovering above everyone. And
Orkira's
next is
gonna
Keen.
like grimace for a moment and then try to ignore that and be like, "Hey, how do you like it?"
Keen, what are you doing?
Fastball special. I run towards Briv and fully expect a little help, and he's already in motion. I throw my foot into his clasped hands and shoot straight up. I do not want to go directly towards him. I want to go, if I can. Is there a wall to this place?
Yes.
Is he close to the wall?
The brain is not, no.
Very well. Then I will go as high as I can, hoping to get on top of it rather than slap the bottom. While I am in motion, I release the illusion of chains and call into existence a cloud of daggers on the top half of this brain. Just like that.
Okay.
What? One more time? What?
And cloud daggers
Epic
doesn't
slow-mo
start
dagger.
doing damage until after the end of your turn, or at the beginning of its turn, correct?
When it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Okay.
This does not seem like a fast-moving brain, so I will take my chances.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
I
Briv,
will
you're up.
also try to land on top of it as the end of my movement.
Acrobatics. Yeah.
Please ride the brain. Please. Please.
16 plus 2. 18.
You
If I have to use
succeed.
my athletics, I can do more.
Steadying yourself on top of this oozing viscous brain that is floating, and it feels very hoverboardy right now. So you definitely don't have sure footing.
So it is a slippery brain?
Yes.
Very well, I am prepared for the slippery brain.
Okay. Briv. Moving along.
I'm going to wade forward and attack it with the length of my body and my sword. I believe I
Mhm.
should be able to hit it, right?
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
I am going to attack it with the great sword. And that is a 19.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and attack it again because I'm pretty sure that's higher. That's a 20.
Yeah.
And
Armor class is
Right.
10.
say, okay. All right, so let me, I get to re-roll that 1 right there because of Great Weapon Master. So that's going to be, that's 14. No, sorry, I also have, no, this is not a Fiend or Undead. So that's 14 points of damage on the first attack. And 11 points of damage on the second attack. And yeah, that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm going to just stand at the bottom of the creature, and essentially I'm trying to position myself between it and Lady Alyndra and or Orkira, like whichever one I can kind of get in front of, just in case they want some cover.
Okay. Alyndra, it is your turn.
Running in, sweeping my tail, stomping any of the worms that I can. I run in and I bite this thing. I want to grab it and slam it up and down and up and down and up and down and into the walls and tear it apart. It's currently being held in Penelope's jaws. I want to rip it asunder.
I'll just go for the ride.
Death roll this thing is going to be amazing.
And clearly knowing that Alyndra was a T-Rex, I was talking about providing cover for Orkira. And not Alyndra.
I mean, still charming.
Get behind me, T-Rex.
Get thee behind me, T-Rex. It is unfortunate that your beautiful, wonderful greatsword, however, is now covered in pink, oozy brain fluid that is coming down the sheath as you stabbed multiple times up. And your metal boots are filling up with this viscous pink slime. Go ahead and make your attack rolls, Alyndra.
Do you want me to do a tail attack for the sweeping the creatures in the water?
I want you to just
It's
choose
not
your
my
journey and how you want to attack this brain.
Just choose your journey.
Excellent. Then I will do the bite first. It's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hit the brain.
Okay, and I get 12. Is it medium or smaller?
It is large.
Okay.
I know it's not my time, but while she's rolling, is there anything else large in the room, or is it just the two doors and the brain?
There's actually 4 doors, tunnels that lead directly to the elder brain.
They're open tunnels?
They are completely open.
So that's 26 damage on the bite.
Okay. And how do you bite into it?
I come at it. I'm taller than everything, so I go down next to where Keen is, so I'm not biting right at him. And he has
That's
a
good.
chance to get out of the way, though I'm not quite so bright as a T-Rex, which is why I am a T-Rex. And then I will pull in the away from where Penelope is biting, as if we were fighting over food. And I will chomp on this thing, and I will rip it and tear it and smashing it against the walls.
Oh, I love this so much.
We need to get a webcam at 60 frames per second for Jen.
Now I have crazy hair.
Okay, and how much was the damage?
26 from the bite, and then I have a tail attack, which cannot be on the same creature. So that was on all of the whatever's swimming in the water.
Okay. You go ahead and make an attack roll at something that is in the water, that is moving at your feet.
So that will be, it was a 19 on the dice, so that's a 29 to hit.
Okay, you definitely hit it.
Okay. So that's...
After Alyndra is Orkira.
19 bludgeoning damage.
You slam your tail and you cause, unfortunately, as your giant T-Rex tail goes into the water, you feel the crunch of a small, tiny mind flare tadpole. But also, you cause all the liquid in the room to just spray out, and this pink viscous liquid just sprays all over Orkira, all over Briv Steel Marrow, and also Penelope Half Pint. And the only person who manages not to be completely covered in pink oozy goo is Keen.
Well, he is fancy.
All right. Orkira, it's all you. You are now dripping from a horn to sharp pointy claws in pink goo. Just drip, drip, drip.
Yeah, well, I don't have any shoes on, so I kind of knew some of this was going to happen anyway. So Keen's on top of the brain, so I'm not going to cast Fireball anymore because I don't want to get any of my friends. But I notice Alyndra smashing about in the pink goo. And how many tadpoles are there floating around in this water? Goo. Jello.
Plenty. There are plenty just kind of swirling around, swimming.
Okay. Then instead of doing a fireball, I'm going to cast Radiance of the Dawn. It's just one of my channel divinities. And it's a 30-foot radius, and it only goes after hostile creatures to me. So it doesn't affect any of my friends. And I'm going to place it as close to the goo as possible while still getting the Elder Brain. So, because I want to
What
clear
does that
out.
do?
Sounds
Well, if there's any magical darkness in the room, it goes away. But more importantly, each hostile creature that doesn't have total cover within 30 feet must make a Constitution saving throw DC 15. Because I don't
And
like
then what
them.
happens?
Have you?
And then they take lots of damage because I don't like them. So this is the Elder Brain and any of these little squirmy things within 30 feet.
I need you to roll your damage.
Okay. So anything that failed takes 25 radiant damage. Anything that succeeded takes half.
So how much was the net damage again?
10, 17. There's 25 radiant damage.
Okay. Sorry, having to do math upon math.
It's all right. I'm doing that thing where you set off a bunch of TNT in the water just to kill all the fish, except in this case, it's all little tiny mind flayer tadpoles and lots of radiant damage.
So there's a bright, radiant flare goes off into the liquid itself, and it suddenly, the light becomes so bright that in it you can see just hundreds of little tadpoles all swimming all around your feet at the same time. You see the shadows of them moving, and also the shadows of tendrils from the elder brain that are underneath the water moving at the same time, and multiple tadpoles just pop and explode inside the liquid over and over and over again, and you feel a psychic scream come from the elder brain. Just a
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
All of the tendrils rise up in the air and start shaking.
And it would have hit the elder brain too.
Yes.
And then after that, I still have a bonus action, so I would like to cast spiritual weapon.
Okay. Wow. What is your spiritual weapon?
It's my tiny little phoenix. It's adorable. It's going to appear right next to the Elder Brain in all of its fiery glory. And when I cast, I'm only casting it at its base level because I need to save some healing. But when I cast it, I get to attack with it.
Okay. That's true.
So that's going to be... That's a 19 versus AC.
That hits. Versus
All right.
AC 10.
That's that's gonna be 12. It's force, 12 force damage. As my little spiritual weapon phoenix just like claws at it with its tiny little legs.
Okay. It is technically a magical weapon, so it only takes 6. It is technically a spell, I should say.
It is it is a spell. And then for any of my movement, I'm gonna get out of the pink liquid water.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming I didn't get all of the little tadpoles, and that's creepy. So I'm gonna fly like 10 feet up. I'm gonna say, well, "There's stuff in the water. There's stuff in the pink goo. Watch out!" And I'm done.
Yeah, and you start to see tadpoles go fish belly up in the water, just start floating on the surface of the pink goo now. And now the Elder Brain is going to act. It's going to take a legendary action. And make a psychic pulse. No, it's going to just strike someone with a tentacle attack, actually. So it's a black writhing tentacle just erupts out of the brain and heads directly for Orkira.
Okay, it has disadvantage on this attack roll because I cast protection from evil and good on myself.
Okay. What's your armor? Oh, well, yeah, it hit.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's always exciting when it's like disadvantage. Oh, I hit anyway. All right.
Yeah. I'm like, well, yeah, no. It definitely struck you. The tentacle reaches out and strikes you for 19 points of damage.
Slimy tentacle.
And you are grappled.
Oof, that's annoying.
Yeah. So the escape DC on that tentacle that is now, it just wraps, as you're flying up, it just wraps around your ankles and all the way up your waist to your arms. And it's pulling you towards it. And you start to feel psychic energy kind of erupt around the tentacle, only it's charging up. All the tentacles seem to have a weird humming sensation coming from them, and you see little sparks of like neural activity on the outskirts of the tentacles moving closer and closer to you. You know that's going to hit you next turn.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Ow!
Next, it's going to Mind Blast.
Oh, geez.
If you're
Everyone
within
in the
10
room.
feet of me, add 4.
Yeah. All right, who's within 10 feet of Briv? I would think almost everyone at this point.
Everyone but Orkira, I think.
I don't know.
Well,
Depends
she
on.
wouldn't have had to fly up very high, right? You were just
No.
trying to get level with it?
Yeah, I was just trying to get out of the water, so I only flew like 10 feet up.
I think everyone is within the radius.
Okay, cool. So
Okay.
And certainly TJ's Keen's ankles are within it. So so I'm just gonna go ahead and give him the we'll just let that bonus travel up. You know? Like when you steal a base.
Alright, so-
Everyone needs to make an intelligence saving throw DC 18.
Ugh.
I have
Is
foreseen
this-
this moment
Okay.
because I'm a T-Rex and I have an intelligence of 2 otherwise.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Definitely take that.
I can get away with this once.
Wait, I want to hear this phrase, but in T-Rex, or I'm not allowing it.
Alyndra, one of her little arms goes.
It's the little arm. It's the tiny little
That's
finger
the
in the
little
air,
arm.
like nope, 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 nope. Briv, it's plus
She will
4
find
for
a way to
you.
condescend to them even as a T-Rex.
It's a +4 coming from Briv, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
right.
good.
Man, I wish I could take
So-
the intelligence of a dire wolf.
Who
An 18?
succeeded? Who failed?
I failed.
Succeeded with
Oh.
my
Success.
ankle saves.
I succeeded.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Briv.
Mhm.
Thank you, Briv.
Thank you, Briv.
+4 -1. No, I still fail.
Hmm.
Wow, I wish I was rolling a character with that. Okay, everyone who failed, you are now stunned for 1 minute, and you took 32 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
Wow,
We see
I'm
this
still a
pretty
dire wolf.
immediately. Who got stunned?
It's just a blue purplish wave, which isn't really in reality, but you can see it in kind of your mind's eye, passes through all the heroes of the Vale, and you see Penelope Half Pint just stunned. She as the wolf with her teeth still sunk into the brain just goes limp at that moment. And everyone else took no damage.
Okay.
So everyone else
Phew.
succeeded?
Thank you, Briv.
Did you stay wolf, Penelope?
I still have enough hit points to stay a direwolf.
During its turn, did it take its damage from the cloud of daggers?
Yeah. I need you to go and roll those.
Very well. 2, 3, 4, 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. And that gets halved. Okay.
I make a note that the magic is not biting as deeply as it could. I did not know this or expect it, but I will not forget.
All right.
I also yell it out to the others if they do not notice already.
We are on Penelope Halfpint, who is unconscious. Penelope, it is your turn, so you can actually make another intelligence saving throw versus
Really?
18. Let's see. Psychic damage. A target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns. Yeah. So it will be at the end of your turn, but yeah.
So.
Go ahead and roll
And I get a +4.
+4.
Mm-hmm.
+4. That makes it 19.
Wow.
Nice.
Thank you, Briv.
Thank you, Briv.
Thank you, Briv.
Thank you.
That may deserve a sign.
Yes. Hashtag Paladin blessed.
Bask in mine glory.
That's a little long for a hashtag, but we'll work on it.
Little less. Thank you, Briv. Keen, you are up.
I summon my glaive to my hand, and I begin to do the Eladrin blade dance with it, spinning it both to the left and to the right, and allowing the blades to cut onto the flesh beneath my feet. Whipping, cutting constantly. The first attack.
Again, all of this, if any of these attacks hit, the ooze is splashing over everyone else again. It's just coming out of the brain as Keen is basically turning this elder brain into a sprinkler.
We've accepted this fate.
Yeah.
A brain slushy, if you will. Armor class 17 is the first.
Yeah, it has an armor class of 10.
Very well. All 3 of my attacks hit. The damage from the burning glaive. I am in my autumn, so it will change the damage type as well. Give me one moment. Ooh. Wow. 13 from the first. 13 from the second. 6 from the butt. And now the magic takes hold. The magic is necrotic.
Ooh.
It is 16 from the first. 8 from the second. 10 from the bed.
Okay.
Necrotic.
Okay. You dig into the brain again, throwing liquid all over the room, causing necrotic damage to it, and you see just where you're slashing into it, you see the veins go black in the brain itself as you're striking into it at this moment. I do need an acrobatics check to maintain being on top of the elder brain.
Very well. 14 plus 2, 16.
Okay, you succeed.
Yeah. Keep writing. Hold on.
The Elder Brain is going to decide to take a legendary action. Against. Oof.
Who are you attacking?
Oh, Orkira.
Oh, you still have disadvantage if it's an attack.
Okay. Mental note. All right. It still hits you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Don't
Are
die.
you sorry?
I'm not really surprised. It's like we have a grudge match or something, so.
It strikes you right in the skull with one of its other tentacles, and it almost seems like it's trying to now tear you literally apart, and you take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second, because I have to make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, that was a bell ringer. I might not be concentrating on my spell anymore.
Do we see this happening?
Yes, it is specifically targeting Orkira.
Right?
Yeah, no, I rolled really bad, so I lost concentration on the protection from good and evil.
All right. It is Briv now.
Do I feel like this liquid, you specifically mentioned it was getting into my boots?
Yes.
Does it feel like it's doing anything?
No.
Okay, so it's just gross.
It's just super gross, man.
Yeah, okay. All right, just
Yeah.
making sure. All right, so I'm going to just stand my ground then, because Briv is not fazed by grossness, and he is going to hack again, but before he does so, as a bonus action, yelling out, "Have at thee!" And I'm going to channel Divinity to do Legendary Strike, which means for the next minute, I will critical hit on 19 or 20.
Okay.
And then I am going to attack with Steadfast.
Which is your sword.
I got the B, yes. Steadfast is a sword. So I got the D&D Beyond B, which means that is a critical hit. Critical hit. On the brain, I am going to smite on that as well.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to smite. I already used my bonus. Yeah, okay. So I can't do that other thing, but I am going to smite.
Briv the Brain Basher. I fumbled that
Reroll
word.
One.
All right, you're a T-Rex. It makes sense.
Double dice. Ooh, big money. Okay, so then I have to roll the second level spell for smite. So much math, but I got it. That is 32 points of damage. And I'm going to attack again.
Oh.
Okay.
And that, it's an 18 almost. So that's like it hit with a 10 armor class. So that is 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And as I am doing this, I am getting, just sidestepping if I have to get as close to Lady T-Rex as I can, in case I need to get out of this liquid at some point. I'm going to
Lady
crawl
Rex.
onto its
Just
back.
sidling up to you. All cozy like.
My
No,
tail,
I'm just trying to
meanwhile, is
spray some of
swishing
the
back
stuff
and
off.
forth, trying to smash all of the tadpoles.
All right. It is now I'm going to take another legendary action. So
Please not at Orkira. What a jerk.
Would we be
The
surprised
thing.
though? Like, yeah.
Should be pretty upset with me.
yeah, in theory. It's making another tentacle attack.
Is it at me?
My, he's so bad.
Okay.
It's so bad. It's a
All
natural
right.
20.
Oh
I would like to warding flare this one, so I will use my
that
reaction.
reaction?
It is a
Okay.
reaction. So right in its brain face.
Right in his brain face.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
my
usually go
face
for the
is my
eyes.
brain face.
Right in your brain face. Was it the frontal cortex that takes care of your ocular vision? I don't remember. It's been a while since biology.
You
right
forget.
there,
I need
want
you to
Yeah.
make a medicine
Sounds
check
right.
as Orkira to figure out where to stab the brain.
The brain face. Where is it?
Where is the brain face?
I don't know. It was sitting inside of her head for a while, so you think Orkira would know exactly where to put the warding flare.
Naturally.
Yeah. So it has
Okay, this goes
disadvantage.
up. What does it do?
Yeah, it has disadvantage on the attack.
Even after the roll has been determined?
When you're attacked by a creature that you can see, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll, it just says. If I was too late, that's okay.
I'm going to allow it.
Yes.
I'm being super nice today. But you still take
probably-
20 points of bludgeoning damage.
It still
And
hits.
You
And I go
are
unconscious.
actually grappled, and I need you to take one. Yeah. Never
Yeah.
mind. Okay. Who
That
are
took-
we on?
that took me right to
we
zero.
did Briv, now we're on Alyndra. Yeah.
I will attack it again with a bite
Okay.
and a shake and a tear. All of the things I can do, and I also want to move in front to protect Orkira. If I
Alright.
can. And so I will bite. 25.
25 hits.
Okay. "19 piercing damage. And what may I continue attacking the tadpoles
Yes.
with my tail?
Yes.
Right, I'm going
How much
to
damage
do
do you do?
that. 19, I believe.
Okay.
And then 23 on the tadpoles, which is
You're just crunching tadpoles. Yeah.
Do they actually crunch? Do they make little crunchy noises?
13 damage.
Yeah. Okay. Oof. All right. That is Alyndra's turn. It is taking its final legendary action and striking Orkira.
I'm unconscious, so it will automatically hit, and I'll take
am...
2 death saving throws.
How's it getting around me?
It's just, it has writhing tentacles. Yeah.
I'm huge.
They're both underneath the water and above you.
Actually, I think it still has to try to hit me.
Yeah.
Before I take death saving throws, before I fail. So,
It does hit you, though. And it does
Alright.
another 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Gosh.
That's 2 failures.
Orkira, you have no turn. Because
Well-
you are completely unconscious.
Do I make a death
It's-
saving throw?
Yeah, go and make a death saving throw.
Okay. Hey, everybody.
get
Do you think I might
+4
No.
to this saving throw still.
I might die right now?
Don't die.
No, is
Plus
this?
4.
We're seeing this moment. We're seeing this moment. Come on.
I know, I used it already. I used both of them.
Oh
I
my
wish I
god.
could.
Oh my god. 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 Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a natural 20. I don't know if you can see that. I just rolled a natural 20.
Awesome.
I'm sorry. I completely messed up
Not
the
just
camera, but I'm like,
again.
no one's gonna believe this. That I just rolled a natural 20 of this.
Oh my god.
Talk about a legendary action.
So I go unconscious, and I'm sitting on the side of a volcano next to the phoenix, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really blame it for coming after me. I mean, it's gonna blah, and then I'm awake again with 1 hit point.
Yes.
Even in death, man. Oh, you're so humble.
Holy moly!
All right. There is a sudden.
Lauren, my heart rate just went over 110. Like, when you said, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I thought you were
I'm
dead.
gonna roll. I didn't even believe it when it happened.
Oh my gosh. That's
All
awesome.
the tendrils,
That's so awesome.
tendrils go up into the air and start writhing and swarming around the room. And then just darkness surrounds the elder brain. And it pops out of existence. It
Wait,
plane
what?
shifts into another realm.
What?
That's
If at
cheating.
all
Cop
possible,
out, man.
if at all possible, I am used to plane shifting. I do it every episode, apparently. So, with that in mind, I feel this event, which I am very, very used to. God in hand, would like
Well, I
to
can't hear you now. So
wedge that. You can't hear me?
We
You
can
just-
now.
you-
Can you
Oh,
not?
no, I can hear you. There's
Oh, I'm sorry. When I feel the plane begin to open, when I feel the planes begin to shift, I would like to use my rod to keep that door open for just a moment so we can follow. I do not want to let it get away.
Wow.
Oh.
And I'm standing ankle deep in brain mush. If it changes its mind, I am the first to know.
I'm grappled by it when it tries to go. Can I help Keen?
My teeth are still in it.
That's not
We're just all
mine.
hanging around for the brain ride.
We're going.
It's a pin cushion, and we're all pin tops right
Yep.
now.
Todd is not happy.
I'm sure this will be great. I'm sure this is exactly where we all want to go.
Broken. Oh gosh. This is his upset face.
Deep
All right.
thought.
This is not going to go well for us, I think.
Oh, it's been going great so far.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yes.
This sounds as bad as a wish, guys.
The worst already happened. Let's see what happens now.
Just thinking heavily right now. Don't mind me.
No. Think lightly.
Okay. Keen, you are able to travel with it, but you are not going to be able to bring necessarily everyone else. Make an Arcana check. Make an amazing Arcana check right now using the crystal rod.
Can I use any of the +4 from his holy ankle glow? 19. So 19.
I don't think that applies to skill checks, but yeah.
It doesn't.
It doesn't make you smarter.
Darn. I tried. But I did get a natural 19 on the dice, so it is 21 total.
Nat 19.
Yeah.
Those are flying around today.
All right, you pop out of the room. Everyone, as this some darkness appears at the elder brain, and it just enters into a completely different realm of existence. You are all dragged with it at the exact same time,
Ah!
and you are surrounded in a structure that is so much larger than you were in before. And you see several mind flayers. Some of them are actually at certain stations doing weird experiments and other things, but now you are surrounded by easily 7 to 8 mind flayers all in a room, and there is a large wall of force on the side of the wall, and you can see stars and asteroids outside.
This is a good place for a fireball. Just saying. I continue
She's
to cut.
unconscious.
No, I'm conscious. I got 1 hit point.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
That's the natural 20. Got me 1 hit point.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm like, okay.
One problem at a time.
And slowly all of the mind flayers turn towards you, all of which are dripping with pink goo and this floating elder brain. And you actually see in the distance a black hole, which you don't even know what a black hole is, but you see all of the energy and all the gases swirling around that black hole being pulled off of that sun.
And do we hear that wah music?
Yes.
The floor shakes. Man, the bass in here is really
Are we
good.
still in initiative?
There is a vibration throughout the entire building, whatever this is, or ship. All right.
I know what this is. I know what this
Penelope.
is, and I have been waiting for it.
Okay. Penelope, seeing what has just happened to Orkira, uses her bonus action to fall out of wild shape. To use my move action to run over to her.
Okay.
And then to use another bonus. Oh, wait. No, I already used the bonus action. No.
Only one bonus action.
No.
The nightmare of D&D.
Ah.
But I wanted all the bonus
All the
actions.
bonus actions. They're just bonuses.
Aren't they
Fine
all
then.
You don't
I
have
will
cure
have-
wounds?
No, I was going to healing spirit. I do have cure wounds
Oh.
though.
I thought you were. Okay.
But
Listen,
I
if you
am-
want to do something else, that's fine. Like,
Healing
I'm the
This thing's
spirit's
only
probably
a
gonna
person who
long
can heal
one.
you though. No one else is
Yeah.
healing. I need to.
I
Briv,
do if I
healing-
get human, but I've got other obligations.
I know.
listen, it's
Okay,
gonna keep coming after me, so don't worry about
everything
it.
else, yeah, no. You're right. Everyone else is gonna deal with the brain. Penelope's gonna take care of you. At least try to get you
Okay.
something. Might not do any good, but we'll do a. I guess we'll do a cure wounds. Can you not
Thank you.
cast a bonus action as an action? No. Okay.
No.
I'm trying here. Okay.
Yeah.
cure wound.
Go to a different edition, and it works.
Yeah.
Worth.
All right.
All right.
so
Let me
then-
know how much you heal for.
Yes, go ahead. Move on. I'm gonna.
Keen, you are up.
Cutting, faster and faster.
All right.
Natural 20.
No.
It's lopsided, so I will do that one again. Hit and hit. 3 hits and 1 is a natural 20.
Woo.
All right. Roll me some damage.
Yay.
Lopsided again. I apologize. 21 points of damage from the first strike. 13 points of damage from the second strike. The spear, the glaive butt is 7 points of damage. Then the necrotic energy flows from my weapon.
Keen's not noticing at this point because he is so focused on causing the elder brain damage, but he is now dug himself halfway deep into the brain itself. The
Oh my
brain
goodness.
is clearly dead.
Oh, nice.
Look here, you get
All
17
of the
points.
tendrils go limp and the brain drops. And how much more damage do you do?
25 more points of damage.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
The
Necrotic.
brain is obliterated.
Yes.
Falls to the ground, and Keen is waist high in brain matter. And the tentacles give off one more shake, a death rattle, and then drop to the ground.
Where are we standing right now?
We want to celebrate, but we're also like on a ship surrounded by mind flayers near a black hole.
What's
in
happening
space.
to the mind flayers?
Yeah.
Oh, they're fine.
Oh.
They're regarding you.
Well, that's sad.
So the room that you're in is almost a strange purplish metal, and everything here is made out of it. You see several mind flayers in the room. They were busy doing different tasks. They have now turned to look at the heroes of the Vale who have just murdered an elder brain, and also they look upon a T-Rex. You see outside what seems to be the stars themselves, a sun that is dying as energy is being drawn away from it onto a black hole at the same time. And you see large chunks of rocks the size of mountains just floating by.
I stand out of the devastation. I regard the mind flayers. We come in peace. We don't have to fight. This is not their fight. He
We
came
have
here
no
from
quarrel
another
with
place.
thee.
I transform back, and I would
Does
like
it-
to make an Arcana check
Okay.
to control a sphere of annihilation using the talisman of the sphere that we picked up at the library.
You see a sphere of annihilation?
The black
Oh,
hole?
no.
Oh,
no.
it's not. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah. And slightly out of range.
My plan is foiled. Oh, wow.
Thankfully.
Does, it look like, does this wall
Thankfully.
of force look like a doorway to Briv?
So,
Yeah, kind of like a doorway, sure.
Can Briv figure out whether there's a control mechanism for said door?
You can make an intelligence check and let me know.
Are we still
Give me
in
a
initiative
16
or
or
we-
higher.
Are we out of initiative? Are we?
You're out of initiative. You're about to get back
Okay.
in it.
So that is another 20 D&D Beyond B on this die.
I'm going
so
to start needing screen captures.
Yeah, I got one for you. I got one right here.
Why do you
we
think
go.
I grabbed my
Says
camera
the
when
same
mine
one
happened?
over and over.
I took the screen cap. I got it.
Okay.
I swear they tell me this is based on a real algorithm. So, all right. So
Did you make it?
it's a 22 on just a 20 on intelligence.
Okay, you think you know how to operate this possibly?
I start to shuffle toward it and tell my allies to be ready to hang on to me if we get into trouble.
I feel like we're already in trouble.
I
So-
start to move toward the door control.
In any
Okay.
of my interactions with the Elder Brain, have I ever seen anything about this?
You have a brief inkling of something like this, yes.
Is this brief inkling going to help me figure out anything? Like,
You got a bad feeling.
oh, I had-
Great.
I
have a bad feeling about this.
I
So
pull out
helpful.
my immovable rod and say, "Come to me."
I'm gonna follow Briv. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna shake off my wings of all the pink goop that's on it. I'm gonna say to Penelope, "Thank you. I guess we need to hold on to Briv now." And I'm gonna run over to Briv.
I'm taking your hand, Orkira, as we run. Because
I'm kind of in
Penelope is
awe of space because we're in the stars.
Hmm.
Briv, we're in the stars.
How is that possible? How can you?
I
That is very
read
interesting.
one-
I jump off of the brain and grab Alyndra by the wrist and yank her towards Briv while she looks at the stars. We can look at the stars when we are on the ground again, but for now, we must go.
I say, Keen, tie us off as quickly as possible.
I have soft
And then
what,
begin.
what are you trying us to?
What are
Don't know
what are
why,
the
but I
mind
do.
flayers in the room
I
doing?
read one time in an old tome that the stars themselves pull bodies to them briskly, and I am testing that theory now. I got a 20 on the intelligence check, so
What?
I stick the immovable rod in front of Briv, and Briv is going to kneel down and hunker over the immovable rod and ask everybody else to hold on.
What are the rest of the mind flayers in the room doing?
Oh, they're about to do.
Okay.
That's
can I do one
everyone's
other?
action.
Well, at least we're all together at the end.
Yeah.
If I can, I'm hitting the button on the immovable rod, and then I'm trying to hit the door as soon as I think people are secure enough.
Okay. I need everyone to make a intelligence saving throw, be a 15.
Plus
Still
4.
get Bruce +4.
Plus 4.
Yeah,
We are
you're
now
very
very
close
close
to me.
to him.
You better be.
So you said 15?
Yeah, we ran up to you.
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
Dirty 20. I will take
I
it.
got a
16.
19.
24.
Thank you, Briv.
16.
Thank you, Briv. Hashtag.
Thank you, Briv.
Thank you, Briv.
Okay, everyone succeeded?
Yeah.
Briv, you hit it, and the wall of force dissipates, and everything gets sucked out.
I got Penelope
Immediately.
on one hand and Briv in the other.
Your
Is this the
ears
moment
immediately
Toy
all
Story
pop
3?
as you all are like now like a string of heroes of the Vale all being sucked towards this portal. As you see several of the mind flayers just topple out into space.
Oh, jeez.
One of
But
them,
I mean, we're not going because we're secured to the rod, right?
you are secured to the rod. You're holding on to the rod, so no one's moving.
As
mean,
soon
it's-
as I see mind
What do we do
flayers
now?
flushed, I am.
I need you to make Briv. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
That was awesome.
I cast guidance on Briv.
As a reaction?
As a minor action, I can do it
I got an
for his
18.
next skill check.
You got an
Paladin.
18?
Yeah,
Okay,
very
you feel them
charismatic.
trying to control your mind to let go of the rod. One of them is trying to befriend you with Dominate Monster at this exact moment. And
Are there
you see all the mind flayers that are flying out into space all wink out of existence as they all plane shift individually somewhere else.
Are there any more in the ship?
No. There's also no oxygen.
Oh, then I'm not saying anything.
And
I'm
ice
just trying to
starts
get-
to form on your faces.
Did I get the button? I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keen, now would be a good time to return us to our homes.
Very well. Hold on. And the rod is
What
used.
do you think we're doing?
We're testing our friendship.
Well, I hit the button. Did the wall force go back up?
Yeah, it went back up.
Oh.
Okay.
We just have no more oxygen.
Oh, it didn't.
I can cast Tiny Hut. Alyndra's accommodating a boat. You have plenty of air.
Doesn't that take 10 minutes?
If
It doesn't have to if you take a spell, use a spell slot. Right?
slot. Yeah.
Okay. You make a tiny hut.
Oh my god.
All right. Can we get home?
That was nothing like what I expected. But we won! It's dead!
I
Are
am
we-
surprised that something I read so long ago in a book paid off so well.
And I'm looking at the stars, writing
How
them down,
convenient.
trying to figure out where we are in terms by the constellations.
And I take a
Okay.
moment to make sure there are no threats left to threaten my family.
I check on Walton. Are you there, buddy?
What?
Oh, you slept through the whole thing?
sleeping. Please leave me alone. Why do you keep on waking me up? This is like
Walton?
the 5th time.
I love
Are we
you,
still in the
Walton.
Shadowfell?
Okay, bye-bye. This pat,
Okay.
bye-bye.
Good night. Wake me up when it's something important.
What is this land called,
Want to
Lady
see the
Alyndra?
stars, Walton? I haven't a clue.
I have heard it called the Void. Are there other names in other languages?
What do I know of this space? This space place?
Yeah. You maybe
This
you are
expanse.
in between worlds. I know what shows you watch. The Star Wars. Yeah, you are definitely not on a world.
Our people have a word for it. It translates loosely to phlogiston, a very old word, like from another edition.
'Twas like
Keen
this
is absolutely
was
correct.
air that was locked in this place, and when the door was released, the air went out the lock,
Indeed.
Is there a druid here who's taking away
as
all
if
of the
they
air?
were airlocked.
What? How does one?
An
Thou
airlock.
canst make a verb of any word.
I wish to go back to land now.
Before we leave, I make an examination of this empty ship.
Yeah.
Could we
I
add it
would
to the
absolutely
Eladrin?
search this ship.
Can we
Could we
leave the
add
tiny
this
hut?
to the Eladrin Armada?
I mean, I
Or
can send Griff to
Storm
do
Herald
the
Armada?
searching.
Does Griff need to breathe?
I would not mind taking this home.
Griff is Fae. I don't know.
Keen, you think you're gonna mount this on your wall next to your dragon heads? This is a little bigger.
I would like to park it next to the Storm Herald. We have quite a collection going. Why not stop here?
All right.
Why
What does
not?
everyone do?
Can we explore without oxygen? Without the air to breathe?
The oxygen starts filling up the spaceship at this very moment.
Forget the rod. Let's drive this like we have stolen it and find our home that way.
Drive it like a Todd. Drive it like a Todd.
Alyndra, you make a very impressive Arcana check to try to figure out.
I cast
Where-
guidance on this.
Cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
All that. I have a bad feeling about this one. I don't know why. Okay, that's actually not that bad. 25. 28.
Wow.
Okay. It will take you several weeks to start learning how to operate a Mind Flayer ship and to understand how their maps work and everything else.
I'm
In
very
the
good
time
at
that you do this, what?
I'm very good at that. That's my feat has to do with learning about how others speak to one another and interact, and so I can learn their material fairly quickly.
The strangest thing is that you understand almost everything that's written here. Deep speech, and you didn't know that you know deep speech.
Oh, I did know that I
before.
knew that one, didn't I? Oh no, that was the
Just
new
learned
one.
it.
That was
You
what
just
was
learned
That's
new.
the
it.
one you
Yeah.
just, yeah.
I pick up languages. I just have an ear for it.
Sure.
don't-
Keep telling yourself
Well,
that.
That was one of them.
deep speech. Yeah, I was hanging out where people were speaking deep speech, and it was fantastic. And I just picked it up on the side.
While this exploration is going on, Orkira is going to wander over to where the remains of the Elder Rain are. She's going to just stand over it for a second. And then sigh. Is there anything we could do to get rid of this? If we're going to be in here for several weeks.
I could
This is
open
gonna
the
start to
door
smell.
again.
Prestidigitation, I can piece by piece.
Before you
get
get
rid
rid of it, we must decide if A, we have enough food, because this seems to be the only source otherwise.
No, nope.
No.
Yeah, I can create food and water. We don't need to do that. Nope.
Very well.
We know
do with
that
as
it
you wish.
doesn't do well in people's bodies, so let's
As
not intentionally
Orkira is
put
doing
it there.
this, I just walk up, place my hand on her shoulder, and I lay on hands for 40 points.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Whoa.
I'm looking down at this thing.
Thou
I've
dost
got like
feel better, Lady Orkira.
I've got like mixed feelings about it's finally done, and then all of a sudden, Briv, you're really good at that. Wow, I have a lot to learn. Oh, that's one away from full. Holy crap.
Nice.
You see her like stand up straight again. Oh, thank you. I needed that.
You find the following. You find a mind blade. It is a great sword. You find weird armor that is kind of made of some kind of carapace, like a beetle or something like that. You find a whip that feels like it's still alive and fleshy. And you find a strange shield with an eyeball on the outside of it.
Do I recognize that as the symbol of anything?
No.
Are there any
You find other rooms that are actually empty, where with dead creatures that you've never seen before, that have been undergoing experimentation.
Before we launch them into the darkness, we show them to Alyndra so that she may catalog them.
I make notations. I'm assuming nothing tells me a story other than death
Yeah, it's not great.
and suffering.
Were these
There is
animals, these creatures whipped?
What?
Were they whipped by that weapon?
Quite possibly.
We give
You
them
also
a burial.
find jars full of brains that have been preserved inside
We'll
the
give
ship
those
in one room.
We'll give those a burial too. I guess burial isn't the right word. This is no ground. We'll do something.
But there is no food.
I can create food and water.
It's lovely.
I prepared it specifically for the
Whoa,
Shadowfell, but apparently we're gonna need it in a different way. All right, so are we definitely taking the ship, or do we just want to use the rod and go home?
I want to
I
go
This place freaks me
believe
out.
the mind flayers represent a persistent threat. We must understand them. Therefore, we must take this to show to the people and understand their culture. That we may
Amazing.
defeat them someday in the future when they return.
May I
Yeah.
identify any of the objects if we have time
Yes.
on the ship?
You can.
What
As you
do
are-
I find out?
It's going to take you 3 months to get back to Valheim.
Okay.
So I assume every day Orkira will be creating food and water.
Or every other
You are
day.
going to be studying the ship, casting Identify.
It's an opportunity to learn.
Yeah, create food and
Penel-
water creates
Penelope-
45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water. So
Okay.
I can. We don't have. No, I've got this.
Penelope is.
So you find a mind blade, a mind carapace, set of armor, several mind lashes, and a shield of farsight.
What do these things mean?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? It was a mind blade?
Mind blade, mind carapace armor, a mind lash, and a shield of farsight.
Excellent.
So we're committed to taking the ship back, even once Alyndra finds out it's going to take 3 months.
Do we have a pressing concern now that we've taken care of the mind flayers?
We
Well,
don't know.
we-
We've left
yeah, we-
home unguarded.
well,
If
We
Home
assumed
cannot
that-
survive that long, then they are beyond our help. We have done what we have come to do. and it is
Would
safe
agree.
from this threat. There are other heroes, and hopefully they can do their part. But for the
Well, and-
future that is coming, I believe that we must bring this back.
And we have an opportunity to learn about these creatures that few have ever had the chance to study, and we have months. That's remarkable.
Does someone want to send a sending back home?
Do
Let them know what's up?
Correct. Do we have responsibilities at home? Do we feel as though they are in danger without us being present?
I don't know if it's that we're not present, but I had kind of thought once we killed the Elder Brain that it might stop the rest of the Mind Flayers somehow, but those other Mind Flayers weren't affected.
Yes,
seems
they
fine.
did not. They were not sucked into stars. They disappeared as the Elder Brain did. Perhaps they went back to our home, and we will be 4 months late to return to battle them.
When we send our sendings, do we get anything back?
Who are you sending to? Barv or Boom Boom?
Rarv,
Well,
Your dad?
are they back in this reality? No, they're not.
What reality are we in?
Well, I'm assuming if we're flying the ship, we're in the same reality. We're just
Perhaps to
In
Lee.
Isn't she still in the Shadowfell?
What about Avrin?
He's never around. I can try. I can send a message to Dad and see what happens.
I mean, this is kind of important.
Okay. I will send a message to Dad and see what he's got for us about what's happening.
Hello?
Hi. Is it how are things?
Well, not terribly good. Yeah.
What's happening?
The Githyanki have decided to take a different approach to Valheim.
What are
They're
they
burning
doing?
everything. They're burning all of it.
And is anyone fighting back?
They're trying. But they came back with more ships.
Well, we're in space. It's beautiful.
Yes. I miss space.
Not exactly sure where we are. I'm learning a lot about the stars and the mind flayers.
Yes.
I don't know what to do. It just seems to be that no matter what we do to help, we cause harm.
That's not always true. None of these people would be alive without you.
They won't be alive if they're burned.
That's also true. That is how burning works. Get home as fast as you can.
It'll be months. They're trying.
How big is this ship?
And I describe it.
Okay, so not that big. I think you have time to think of how you maybe can save the people of this world. But not everything can be saved. And this place wasn't ever really meant to be habitable in the first place. So,
Why?
it's a prison.
That seems fitting for you.
Not for me. For something else.
Is it safe?
It's contained. Still, no one's trying to release him, so it's not going
What would
anywhere.
happen if we did?
Fire and death.
So the same.
Not exactly the same level. This thing was made to murder, to kill. It was made of rage and anger. And that's all it knows. And then they placed it here.
And why are you there?
Just looking around. It's complicated.
It always seems to be with you.
Well, that's true. It's not complicated to me. But my mind moves in strange directions. So, get home.
You think yours is the only one? I'm beginning to believe that everyone's does. Each moves in unique and fascinating and challenging in different ways. Finding solutions that no one else could think of.
Get home.
While she's casting all these sendings, Orkira's just sitting next to Penelope, like watching all the facial expressions happen, and she'll say, "Nah, I can't figure it out. What do you think she's saying?"
I know that it seems as if magic could touch the mind of someone so far away that some type of magic could be invented where we could all hear at the same time.
Maybe it's
Yeah, that'd be
time for us to
useful.
hear.
I relay everything that you said.
Well, sending does have a family plan, so
Expensive though.
yeah,
Yeah.
so expensive.
Worth spell slot.
The
And everybody needs to be
Sarrbarands
connected to the
have
same
a-
god. I mean, you can't be on different gods. You have to be, yeah.
Agma's gotcha. For just 5 gold a month. You can add additional lines
for a
for
small
another
tithing, you
50
can.
silver.
Okay.
So,
Times.
going
that-
home,
So,
but home's not gonna be
we're
there
going
when
back
we
to
get
the
there.
Gith. Slaughtering.
So they have returned to battle
Yeah.
mind flayers or just for revenge?
Just for revenge. From what I understand.
Are there any weapons on this ship?
Now that I don't know. I want to try something.
Okay.
On the Storm Herald, we had that spire that I could connect to.
Right.
It amplified my spells. Does it
Okay.
seem like there's anything like that here?
Yes, something virtually identical.
Cool. Does it seem like there are any other spells that I'm able to access through that?
No.
Okay. Or that the ship has weapons like what we had seen previously? Are there
Yes.
controls? Okay. Is that something I can connect to or other people can connect to?
Other people can manually use them.
Okay.
Other weapons. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk everyone through that process. But we're one ship against a fleet of Gith. Thoughts?
We could just use the rod, get back now. I know we all want the ship, but is the ship more important than the time?
Maybe this spaceship is better than all of their airship.
Can we plug the rod in any way to the ship? Like harness the power of the rod?
Like you could put, the two halves of the sword together and put it in Castle Grayskull and
Oh my god.
you know what I'm talking about?
I can't even get 2 different power outlets to work with camera.
And whichever way you plug in the rod the first time, it is definitely backwards. And you're gonna have to spin it around.
You just keep kink, 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 kink. No, wait, turn it over. Oh, there we go.
You get a sending from Averin. Something's deeply wrong. This doesn't make sense.
What doesn't?
Not entirely sure, but things are going super bad very quickly.
How so?
It seems like every fight, everyone loses. And the weather is deteriorating as well. There are storms
the Shadowfell's
now.
encroaching?
Something's wrong.
The Shadowfell's encroaching, do you think?
No, this isn't the Shadowfell. This is something else. But something like it.
Ravenloft?
No. He doesn't care.
But
Fair enough.
Well, I
it's October.
Your mother pissed him off
Strahd
once.
swoops
But that
and
was
he
a very
goes,
long time
I get
ago.
1 month a year.
Just 1 month.
And then I turn undead.
And
As
as I am required to do by law, quote a friend with, "But why would you want to be undead?"
Any perception checks from everybody who's been searching the ship?
Or why not? A dirty 20.
a 1 on the die.
That's when you get 1.
Yeah.
14.
Smite that.
I'll screenshot it.
Orkira, you find a deck of cards and 2 cards have already spilled out of it.
Do I recognize what this is?
Oh yeah.
All right. Are the cards on
You
the
see
floor?
the deck of many things.
Yeah.
They're
where
on the
are
floor.
Are they face up or face down?
This one?
The 2 of them are face down.
I'll grab the deck
Okay.
and make sure it's closed, and then call over everybody and say, careful.
The one that was in my fanny pack of holding?
Yeah.
Is it
How?
Walton?
I didn't. Why does everyone blame me? When did we get to
Because
space?
thou art a little scant. That is why.
So I
I thought
don't want to
you
touch
guys
the.
wanted to fight the Shadowfell, and now we are in space. It is dark out here, but I think you found the wrong location.
Yeah, we took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. It just
The
happens.
wrong location found us.
What is an Albert
Doesn't it
cross?
always?
Yeah.
Uh,
So I found this. I'm afraid to touch the 2 on the floor. It might be too late. I don't know. I figured I'd bring everybody over to take a look before I started picking up cards. Did I find the deck on the floor near the other 2 cards? Was it on a table half open? Like, how did I
As
find
if
the
it,
orientation?
as it had fallen off of someone's person.
Okay, so it was on the floor, and the 2 cards are on the floor, and okay.
Yeah.
This deck is like Annabelle. I do not like it. It just keeps returning. We put it in the case and it keeps on getting out.
I like the movie.
Who's Annabelle? She sounds nice.
Yeah,
No.
she's super nice.
No.
Drag me
She
to the
just
9
wants to be your
hells. Why does
friend.
this keep happening?
But if, to be fair, you were the one who took it off the shelf.
I did not draw the cards.
No,
Did
nobody-
I.
No, they were here on the floor when I got here. That's why I haven't touched them, because I don't know if that counts as drawing them.
I thought
I
that these were in
know-
Lady Alyndra's pack.
They were. I checked
Is
my
there
pack
someone else
to
aboard
see what else
that
is
we are
there.
unaware of?
But we did
Did
get
my
sucked into space.
Dragon hatch?
There is
Oh, that's
a
lovely.
tiny black pudding, a baby black pudding inside of the bag, twitching around inside of the bag of holding.
Thanks, Mom. I will cautiously use, I guess, an unseen servant to take it out of the bag.
The
And
little pudding is just like Jello.
Haven't we had enough Jello? Really?
You
Do
can
we
never
have
have too much
Yeah.
Jello.
Jello.
You know?
No.
My life is
He needs-
complete.
Keena eats the black pudding.
No, no.
That's how we lost him.
Wait, so is this your deck of cards, or did your deck of cards turn into a black pudding?
I
Things that you gotta say in D&D.
I don't know. So is just the black pudding in there?
Yeah, and your other stuff.
Or all my other stuff? Okay. So can I take the black pudding and put it in a stopper and bottle? Seal it up?
Yeah. Absolutely. And it looks
Wax
adorable.
seal. It's very cute.
How does
It's
pudding look
in there.
adorable? Wait a moment. Does it have like anime eyes?
It does. That's the theme of the show.
Look at my
Right.
squishy eyes.
I put it in a little stopper bottle, and it's very cute. Do I know enough about the deck to know, through process of elimination, which cards are face down?
You're gonna
No.
count cards?
As they're- as they're laid out.
yeah. You do not know which cards are face down right now.
Do you know if someone touches the cards that are on the ground, does that count as taking the cards out of the deck? Or at this point, are they out and it's not gonna matter?
What do I know about drawing cards from the deck?
Usually you have to draw cards to cause the effect. You don't know anything about picking them up.
I do not know. Do I have
In
any
many
teachers I could...
cultures, these things are considered an omen. Should we have a look? Can I
I
flip a
suppose-
card with my glaive?
You can.
I flick it. I do not accept this card. I say that before. Flick.
The art on it is empty, but the title on the card is Ruin.
Of course.
Oh, hey, Alyndra, I have this sinking suspicion I know what's going on back home.
Oh, I know who this person is.
I don't think you're wrong.
Huh?
I flick
So
the
the-
other
so
card
this-
face up.
The artwork is missing, and it is death.
Oh no. Of course it is.
So it just
Which is
happens
obvious.
to be the worst 2 cards in the entire deck.
Ruin and death?
Great.
If I were a card reader, it means ruin must die. It is very simple. I feel much better about the entire situation.
Oh, it's very optimistic.
Very
The art is missing.
I am now in my spring. Why not?
Do we know
This
what the
was-
art used to look like? These.
The Mind Flayer chair that you're sitting back in is incredibly uncomfortable and has knobby bits where there shouldn't be knobby bits. But you've grown accustomed to being uncomfortable.
I sit
Do we
in all
know-
the chairs sideways because none of them have holes for my tail. So I'm
That
just
is very
constantly
true.
like
Yeah.
sitting awkwardly sideways.
Sideways.
None of these work for me. This is awful. Okay. When we all first met and we went on that mission to go take care of Ruin, the card that we were given by that guy didn't have any artwork on it. And then when we captured him, stuck him in the card, didn't it get its artwork back?
Didn't we destroy
Aye.
the card?
They have
Yeah.
escaped, is what this is to mean.
Makes sense to me. And if
Team destroyed it. So how is
Yeah.
it here?
There are
Perhaps there are many
objects
decks in
in
many
the
worlds.
world that cannot be destroyed as well. Artifacts of such power.
Well, then how do
If
you
death
fight
is
it?
loose in the world.
Or perhaps this is not magical at all and someone is just messing with us. Have we done a clean sweep of the ship to make sure that we are not joined by some kind of interloper?
Now, who would do
Perhaps
something like that?
some type of magical sensory effect that can see invisible creatures?
That I
Alindra,
can
did you
do.
use your bracelet to do that at
Yeah,
any point?
I had. Yeah.
You didn't find
It's-
anything.
Okay.
I mean, it checks out if what Alyndra has been hearing back about home is true. I mean, Ruin was only going after like one town, but
May
don't know,
I
maybe-
examine the deck, please?
I'll hand over the deck.
Yeah.
All right.
I
I'll leave
am.
the
I don't
Okay.
recommend. I don't recommend drawing any more cards, but here you go.
I assure thee, I have no intent to draw any cards.
Maybe there's a card that can help us fight ruin and death.
Yeah, is there a way to, if they can leave their cards, is there something that could help us?
The chances of pulling the card that would help us is minuscule, and we should rely on our own strength to overcome these threats.
I'm very lucky.
Well,
I could
if we
try.
were just
I am
Let them say-
subtly, I'll just go in and say this out loud, but I am subtly looking for some kind of way to flush this out of the ship without opening the entire wall of force to make everybody vent into
Okay.
space. So I don't know if
You
there's
go
like a
looking
dumb
for a
way
How
to,
subtly?
that you put
You should
things
do a
in.
stealth check.
Yeah, I want a stealth or sleight of hand
That's fine.
check.
He is getting rid of the evil in his mind, so he's trying to do that. So stealth.
Yeah.
All right. That's a 13.
Do these cards give off a sense of evil?
my passive perception is 14.
Mine is
Yeah.
17.
Mine's
Briv,
13.
we might need
What are you doing?
You're being very
Briv, we
awkward,
might-
Briv.
need that.
I'm not being awkward. I intend to get rid of this. This is dangerous.
Wait,
I agree that
no.
it's dangerous, but we might need it when if we're gonna try to
Which is
recapture
the-
Ruin.
Which was the
And
thought
death.
process that now has unleashed 2 of these cards.
Not true. I mean,
We were saving it for a rainy day, and the rainy day has come.
well, how else? If we don't have the card to put them back in, how do we get rid of
Well-
I'm
them?
not getting rid of those 2 blank cards. I'm getting rid of the rest of this vile, treacherous thing.
But aren't they all connected? If we get rid of the rest of them, because assuming we gotta capture him and then put him back in the deck, right? If we don't have the deck to put him back in.
We trapped Ruin before without the rest of
Yep.
the deck.
Yeah, but we didn't put it with the rest of the deck. We destroyed the card.
So it follows if we have 2 blank cards, we can capture Ruin as we did before and destroy those cards, and these will already be destroyed, and they shall no longer bother the rest of the universe.
We know the art backing of the other cards. Are these the same deck? Is this the same art, the same deck? Does it seem?
The deck seems slightly different, and when you handle the deck itself, it seems to have some kind of electricity about it still. And this energy, this magical crackling, is very similar to the magic and energy that came off of the apparatus.
So this is a different deck, but feels the same as the apparatus.
So it came from another.
Alyndra, did you
line?
examine the apparatus?
Well, as best I could.
Do you see into the magical realm as my people do? Does it use the same kind of magic? Are the magics connected?
What do I know of it?
It's magical. It's not unique. But it does seem like the cards have been affected by the apparatus.
Is there any magic residue between the rod and the cards
Yes.
in the magical realm? What kind of magic is that?
What kind of magic is it?
It's the same magic. What you're able to surmise if you study the deck is that what happened to you happened to the deck itself. That the apparatus pulled the things off the cards.
Hey, if we touch the rod to these cards, will that reunify everything?
It's worth a try, I suppose. But before you do, remember that the apparatus's purpose was either to unify or to polarize. We don't know which this is.
And each time we use the rod, it cracks further, perhaps removing our other route to get to our home more quickly.
Well, if we don't figure out a way to stop ruin and death, we're going to get back to a home that's filled with ruin and death. So, what's a rod look like? How many more charges do we think we have on the thing?
It's in a precarious state, yeah. You're not quite sure. What you doing?
What do you think a world without death would look like?
I am not saying that the world would be without death. I'm saying that we go trap death back on its card.
You do want to trap the card. You don't want to destroy them now.
Things died before, things fell to ruin before we captured ruin as well. These cannot possibly be omniscient or omnipresent beings. They don't embody the entire concept, I don't believe. They just are the epitome of it localized.
That makes sense to me. I mean, or else when we took care of ruin the first time, nothing else would have been ruined, and there was a lot of stuff that got destroyed.
Then why is the focal point all the way back home if the deck is here?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Being held at Brimstone. Perhaps someone wants it out.
Okay, what's everyone doing?
Did you speak of the imprisoned creature to us when you were explaining You're messaging?
Yep.
What dost thou think this creature is, Lady Alyndra?
Do I have any idea?
What, the creature that was vivisected?
No, the
never
Alyndra
seen any-
was talking about trapped.
Averin doesn't get
Like
twitchy about a lot of
in
things.
prison.
So if he brought it up, it means something. You can make a really amazing religion check.
I cast guidance
I
because it's
also
my
cast
turn.
guidance. Okay, so that's an 18 on the die. I have a +7 to religion. And then +2.
There was a legend of a very old god whose son died, and he was so filled with rage, he created another son with the sole purpose of killing his son's murderer. And made a god just to kill another god. But no one knows where that god went. And his name was Vale.
Dost thou know which god Vale was set upon?
Beyond that,
I
you do
can
not know.
guess. No, I don't know.
Wait, does that mean that there were two gods being held for a while? Because we got that one, and for a while there was Saranthus?
Could be.
Is this entire world, is our world just a place for bad gods to hang out?
I mean, Brimstone was separate. It was a place we should not have been able to go.
Okay, but does anybody know about this deck of many things? Like, what kind of many things are in it? Like, what else is there? Are there good
Wondrously
things? Or just bad
powerful, incredible things can happen to thee upon drawing some of the cards, Penelope. However, equally, if not worse, horrible things can also happen to thee upon drawing the other types of cards.
Like
It's a
ruin
game
and
of
death.
chance.
Well, ruin and death are already out of it, so that makes our chances for drawing something good a lot better.
And I believe that relying on chance is a fool's game.
I just want to draw.
Yeah,
a
we've already
card.
got two problems.
On
Do we
that
really want to
point,
have
Briv,
more?
We would still disagree.
Say again, Lady Alyndra?
I said on that point, Brave, we would still disagree.
Thou thinkest that we should place the entire fate
Chance
of our
has
world.
value at times.
I rely on my own strength and the strength of my allies, the things that we possess, not the things that could be if we just scratch our chins enough or wag our tails enough. Chance has no place in this equation.
If we use the rod again, will it take us back to the Shadowfell, or will it take us back home?
I don't know.
While they're talking, Penelope would like to do stealthily. Draw a card.
Okay.
I will make a stealth check. I'm extraordinarily stealthy.
Yeah.
Actually, as a halfling, I'm naturally stealthy.
With sleight of hand.
If I see her even step toward me, I'll hold the deck out to her and just simply say, I shall not dictate thine actions, Penelope, but I shall warn thee.
Well,
one more
before that,
time.
let's go and make that stealth check.
Stealthing. Ooh, what is my stealth? Sleight of hand. That's a 19 on the die.
That beats my passive.
Me too.
What's Briv's passive?
It's not that high.
Okay.
I'm distracted, probably
Actually,
looking at.
Do you want to
I would
actually
like
pull
you-
from
yes.
the deck?
Jen, would you
It
please
would take a
shuffle the deck?
number. Yes.
Oh,
Do you want me to pull out death?
Yeah,
for
pull
one
out
of the
death and
deaths
ruin.
And ruin?
oh dear.
I love you guys.
Hope you're amazing, Penelope. Oh my God, Penelope, what? What are you doing? This is both me and Orkira talking right now.
Penelope does have the lucky feet. I'm just saying. So
You can't re-roll a deck.
Yeah.
Sure you can. Sure you can.
Hope, pick a number, I guess, from.
Oh, are you just playing them out?
Is it the full deck? Are all the
Just show
cards
her the
there?
deck. Show her
Yeah.
the deck and put your finger over it.
Oh
and let
yeah,
her
yeah.
pick.
Show her the deck. Show her the
I
deck.
mean, it'll be
Well,
fast.
if there are 21
Well,
cards,
I won't be able
Then
to
I-
tell which one.
I
Okay,
have
yeah,
to
you just
pick.
put your finger over it.
I have to pick the natural 20. Right, guys?
So then the one that's second from the bottom. So that's this
Yes.
one.
Okay, as this
What
is
is it?
happening.
What is it?
God.
Oh my
No,
God.
it is.
As all
This
of
is
you are
fate.
discussing what you should and shouldn't do, Penelope Halfpint reaches out stealthily and
Oh.
pulls out a card out of the deck and pulls out the Void.
I think everyone hates
And there
me now.
goes the force wall to the ship. Sook.
the third worst
Lovely
card.
knowing all of you.
And what does the Void do?
Wonderful things, wonderful things.
Only wonderful things.
Only the
Your
best.
soul is
for
drawn
us.
from your body and contained in an object in a place of the DM's choice. One or more powerful beings guard the place. While your soul is trapped in this way, your body is incapacitated. A wish spell can't restore your soul, but the spell reveals the location of the object that holds it. You draw no more cards.
Penelope's body drops lifeless to the ground, to the cold metal floor, as you see the card Void. As she pulls up with her hands, it floats above her for an instant, and you see the soul of Penelope Halfpint leave her body and go out into the void. And that's Heroes of the Vale, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back next Wednesday on an entirely different adventure than I had planned. We hope you come back between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. on the D&D Beyond Twitch channel to watch the further adventures of where in the world is Penelope Halfpint. Thank you so much for watching.